Nimevumilia sana, utaki change na wana umeshindwa kubadilisha. I got to go, kangupoe, I let you go. Mkwano unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni mimi nauma. I got to go, kangende, I let you go. Sitaweza. Nimevumilia sana, utaki change na wana umeshindwa kubadilisha. I got to go, kangupoe, I let you go. Mkwano nunya pete ya rusini nayo kidole, nilikupenda my baby sorry, utapata mwengine don't you worry. Watoto tumezaa tuna wote yale, tulipanga mimi na wewe milele, lakini nini unanichanganya. Maisha wote wawili tulipanga, shida ni nyingi hatujakusana. Haingekuwa hivyo, unapenda upendi, mpenzi tuachane na hivyo. Unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni mimi nauma. I got to go, kangende, I let you go. Sitaweza. Nimevumilia sana, utaki change na wana umeshindwa kubadilisha. I got to go, kangupoe, I let you go. Mkwano unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni mimi nauma. I got to go, kangende, I let you go. Sitaweza. Nimevumilia sana, utaki change na wana umeshindwa kubadilisha. I got to go, kangupoe, I let you go. Mkwano unibati unayempenda sana, popote alipo haitweza beli, atakula za mtu anakula zake zipo. Nipe changu nami nikupe chako, kama unipendi hilo ni vako. We got a lot of issues to settle, pamoja twende mseto. Love me baby, I will love you back. Scratch my back, I will scratch your back. Not this way, unapenda upendi. Unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni mimi nauma. I got to go, kangende, I let you go. Sitaweza. Nimevumilia sana, utaki change na wana umeshindwa kubadilisha. I got to go, kangupoe, I let you go. Mkwano unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni mimi nauma. I got to go, kangende, I let you go. Sitaweza. Nimevumilia sana, utaki change na wana umeshindwa kubadilisha. I got to go, kangupoe, I let you go. Mkwano nunya tuliamua tuwe together, mimi na wewe tuwe forever. Ni yetu, mimi na wewe na watoto wetu, tupambane shida zote za nyumbani tuzimalize now. Girl, every woman for a man, love me I love you back and not what I want. Girl, it's another tune that me sing about a tune and this one girl. Girl, never worry about it, every time you come up I'm gonna sweet it. This man, funny man, I'm music and unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni mimi nauma. I got to go, kangende, I let you go. Sitaweza. Nimevumilia sana, utaki change na wana umeshindwa kubadilisha. I got to go, kangupoe, I let you go. Mkwano unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni mimi nauma. I got to go, kangende, I let you go.
Monje che ada nyongba, na mo so Kefin, Made, Sorry Belo, Bébé Kari, les Asko du soir le lundi. La fino, Ase Idawema, Eberodi, Yala Stéphanie, c'est de Côte d'Ivoire, Mouawea. Moboko Wedelwe, on a fait pour la Touazou et l'Uniwea. La divason est l'oyon sous ta mon père. Yamon le pote à eau, Péri du sous-pote à eau.
Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because you see me the buffer. Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because I will on donga. We not build it, but we can make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping. We not build it, we can make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping. Alcohol, alcohol, bartender alcohol, alcohol in the building's on me. Bartender alcohol, alcohol, alcohol in the building's on me.
Good evening, folks. Sam Cinto, LeBron Public Radio. I want to thank you very much. We hope to do well here tonight because we're hoping to be able to have some wonderful, wonderful conversation here tonight, Monday afternoon. We say thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. And for some reason, if our system is not working right, we will make something do. No big deal. We'll work on it. Thank you. Safety, folks. Safety is right now is winter time. And we ask all of you to please be mindful of the winter as you're driving from one place to another. It's very important that you do so because your safety is our concern as well. And we hope that you will be out here safe, ready to come out here and then have a serious discussion with us. You don't have to agree with us. All we say, you will give us the respect and give us the opportunity to talk to you. And then in turn, we open the line and you have to express yourself. And then we don't expect you to agree with us. That's far from it. Anybody that come out here and thinks that I expect Liberian to agree with me, then you're not from Liberia. Sam Cinto, LeBron Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again tonight. Let's get it going. Very shortly here, we will be doing some serious conversation here. That's Dr. Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia, duly elected. There is no two-way street about it. Duly elected, 61.5% of the Liberian electorate decided this is the man we want. Well, they make a mistake, they made a mistake, that's not my problem. All I know, they say something to, this is the man we want. Where you say, where you say, says yeah. This is the man we want. That's the man I'm going with. I'm a Liberty Party member, but I'm not going to, because of my party affiliation, that I'm going to say I'm going to disregard what the Liberian people have chosen. I'm not going to do that. Until then, this is Dr. Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia. Now, recently, Dr. Weah has a press conference. And that press conference definitely we're going to be discussed in its entirety by Friday. The reason I want to do Friday afternoon because most of the time people will be off of work and ready to have some serious conversation. And we will all go into it by that time. Every Liberians that I hope that peruse the social media would have had important ample times to be able to digest what Dr. Weah was talking about. And I made some statement the other day, some reckless statement, I would say, because I came out here and graded. Without me, but I graded the tune. Having listened to it, taking time to listen to it, I think I will revise. Your Honor, please allow me the opportunity to revise and extend my remark. At first I give it A plus, but I like for my brothers and sisters, I'm eating crow right now. If you don't know that, I'm eating crow, folks. And so if you don't know that, but that's fine. I don't care. But I hope you will allow me to revise my remark. And that is, I'm no longer giving it an A plus. I will reduce it to a B minus. Tone, not substance. Substance, I will deal with substance on Friday. Substance Friday. But just the tone. I've gone back and listened to it. And for some reason, when the first thing I listened to, I went in just like every one of us. I went in with an emotion instead of trying to cover my emotion. Let me listen to it the way I supposed to. I went into it with a high level, high doses of emotion, and so my emotion took over and allowed me, without thinking twice, to say I'm giving it A plus. But now that my emotion have subsided, and listen to it as the way I should have done in the first place, I'm giving a B minus, folks. I'm entitled to that. Okay, let's talk Samson to Liberian Public Radio. And that is Dr. Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia. And Dr. Weah is fixed on having a serious road construction issue in Liberia. He wants to make sure by the time he leaves office that there are real serious road connectivity all over the country. And here is one of the reasons why I continue to insist that this young man seriously really considering road connecting city to city, village to village because of this. Let's watch this video.
And make sure you do that same thing for you can hold. Yeah, we hold the stage. You are on the shoulder road, you must stay. We're going to junior on that before. No, I beg you.
Man, the German system will live over. I think it's finished. Salome said, don't done.
Make sure you do that same thing for you.
There you have it, folks, and that is my reasoning that I believe these are some of the things that was going through the good doctor here, President of the Republic of Liberia, when he was running the campaign, what he wants to do. And in fact, in one of his topic during the interview, he did mention that when he was running the campaign, some of the things he wanted to do, he expressed it to some friends, and you will hear that as well on Friday. But I believe this is one of the things that is sketched on his mind about getting roles in Liberia. And once again, let me just make that clear. I'm not talking from a perspective of somebody guessing. I know so because I am involved. I just got a lot of conversation again this morning about the kinds of role issues that the people seriously considering in Liberia. I am involved. I've done my part. I've did some work over there in Monrovia, but now we're going to the southeastern side, Samson Toe. It's heavily involved. So I know. So when I'm saying role, I know that one. That one there, know that I'm not taking bike seat on anybody. But anyway, that is Dr. Weah. Let's go now, folks. there's been a lot and lots of issues coming from Monrovia lately. And some of them are very just comical. But this one here about the Supreme Court ruling about dual citizenship, I thought it was very interesting. While we were arguing who's going to go downtown Monrovia, who's coming from what plane, what airline coming, what have you, who protesting, the Supreme Court, what I have been saying over and over. Supreme Court continuing to strengthen itself as an institution. This particular case, a lot of issues have been happening. All Liberian conference back in the mid 80s, mid 90s, they've been talking about this thing. They issued about the dual citizenship, which was an article, that was brought on by Section 22A of an article that was revised back in 1973 after the Constitution of 1847. They put this thing in there. And that particular article was not quite sitting, it didn't sit well with many Liberians, especially diaspora Liberians, and they've been fighting it ever since. And this young man decided, I'm going to go and test this is what I've been saying, folks. This is what I've been saying. We need to strengthen our institution. And this young man decided, you know what, I'm going to, and his name is Ivan Tika Jallo, decided I'm going to test the Constitution and I'm going to test the Supreme Court and see. He's based on the case that he has taken out, in my opinion. He has strengthened the Constitution. I mean, that's the Constitution, but it's the institution, which is the judiciary. And they rule in his favor. It started, he wanted a pass to travel because he has a U.S. citizenship, of course, and he went to a Liberian embassy over there in Washington, and they refused. He said, okay. He went home, he said, yo, see, I born here. Then you're all born here. We used to walk the street of Monrovia because I had time. I went to America. I want joy. I want something good. I get it. Then you say, I'm not citizen again. We'll see. And the article that these people, the Liberian government were fighting for, that article was very devastating to all of us, especially the diaspora. And if for some reason, if you've been here, perhaps involved in the people election, or have some paper to say you're citizen or what have you, that article bar you from owning land in Liberia. Even if you're something from Toll Town, Basson District. But no, I'll take it back. Something told from Toll Town, B.I. Clan, B.I. Chiefdom, Basson District, Grand Jida County, Republic of Liberia. Because the fact that something told been in America for since 1902, whatever, they say I have no right to own land in Liberia again. In fact, I'm making fun now. But quite recently, about 2 or 3 years ago, I have a land issue in Toll Town. And I decided I'm going to stay here. My cousin used to be the land commissioner, but he won't even talk to me because he thinks I'm not a citizen anymore, so you have nothing to do with me. So I set up a meeting with the people in Toll Town and a few people here in the diaspora. We had a meeting. And in the meeting, they told me plainly, that you have no business talking about land in Toll Town. You're not part of us anymore. So then I turned it into a crime. I said, what's wrong with y'all? You're crazy? You want to tell me I who was born in what was I born again? See, that's why they kicked me. Clean up time later. Oh, this go. I who was born in Zwewe. Now you're going to tell me I'm no longer part of you? That's not happening. But they were very serious. Now, this ruling gave Blaku the opportunity now to say, now, what you say? What was the statement you're making 3 years ago? Let's go back at that. And that's a very interesting one. And so, once again, even though I'm making fun of these things, but they're very important, that if you have issues with the Liberian government, the Liberian government is one branch. It's executive. If you have issue with the executive, test the case through the judiciary. If you have issue with the judiciary, go to the lawmakers and see if they can help you in that respect. If we do that, our institution, all three branches, as long as they are strengthening, we will do well for ourselves. And this is exactly what this guy have done. Okay? So they go out, he went out and tested the case, and the Supreme Court came back and said, based on article, what was that? There was an article here, okay, 20A of the 1986 Constitution. And the 20A 1986 Constitution says that anything that was written before this, it has been repealed. However, when it's repealed, as long as it is not in conflict, if something that was written a long time ago, but it's not in conflict with current Constitution, that law might, and I say might because it can be tested as well. But anything that is in conflict with the new Constitution, forget it. And this particular article was in conflict with another article, 20A of the Liberian Constitution. And the Supreme Court, they're not stupid. These are highly educated people, folks. All you need to do is to test the system. Okay? And so I want to take my hat off again to Mr. Yalo for a job well done. We respect you and thank you very much. These are some of the things that some of us continue to preach. And here again, the government of the Republic of Liberia, instead of meeting these people in the street, the COP, the December 30 protest, instead of meeting them in the street, meet them in the hall of the justice. Sue them. Sue them. Or even the COP can sue the government. Because there are certain things here in this particular article. You cannot deprive somebody of life, liberty, and property. And I think the government, these people can come out and say, if they think this government the president needs to step, what is the reason? Because they believe the president is not doing things that will improve the lives of ordinary Liberians. So if he's not improving the lives of ordinary Liberians, that doesn't mean that he's depriving them. Test it in the courthouse. It's not in the street. We make noise in the street. The investor look at it and say, people are not serious yet. They get away from us. You can't do nothing. And the government itself needs to test these things. In this Constitution, it also states that if an entity, I'm not too sure if there's COP, if they're registered or not, but if an entity is not registered, cannot function in the republic. Simple as that. Especially an entity that have the power to bring so many of our citizens in the street. Test them. What gave them the constitutional right to do that? Yeah, the Constitution says you have the right to protest. Yeah, the Constitution says you have the right to organize. Yes, the Constitution says you have the right to petition your government. But if you're going around soliciting other Liberians to join you, once you becomes, because COP, they call themselves an entity, I believe. So what gave them the Constitution? Are they registered? And they're also in the Constitution, if an entity is registered and the government feel that this entity is causing problem for other Liberians, they can be taken to court. Only the court can settle this thing. The court. You can't settle this thing in the street and think say you're going to come out flying with flying color. Nothing. COP going to get hurt. Their image going to be, if anything bad goes on, their image is going to be hurt. The government, worse. Because COP, I told you guys the other day, COP have already established themselves as being a peaceful organization. They have done it. They have demonstrated to the whole world. The poor people in the street, nobody got hurt. That's a record. The people can look at that. And the government so far they don't even have a good record on this kind of stuff anyway. Because the people can point to what happened with the teacher salary strike or whatever you call it the other day. Government ain't no, you look good a little bit. So now, in order for you to avoid these kinds of stuff, go to court. Even if you don't have case, you go to court, and even if you make us something, as long as the article in the Constitution you point to, the judge not going to say, oh, Article 5, oh, no, the article. They're not going to do that. It's okay. Give us time. Let us review it. In the meantime, they're going to call the COP and put a stay. That will give you room. If you guys want to negotiate, you negotiate because you have room. The citizen versus the government, the judiciary has stepped in. Referee. You're not forced to talk to one another. But at least they give people breathing room. Okay? So this gentleman, what he has done, is one of the things then I continue to encourage those kinds of stuff. If you have issue, I have land issue in Liberia, I'm going to go to court. I'm not going to go to fight. Why do I go fight in total? So they will whoop me? No, please. I'm not fighting nobody in total anymore. Those days are over. You take my land, we're going to court. That's what I'm working for. That's why I'm trying to make a little money here and save it. I will spend my money and go to court and take my land. If the court system says something you're wrong, so be it. But I'm not going to go fight in the street. I'm not going to argue with anybody in the street. Whereas the system is set up for dispute. And I'm saying it again. What is this protest is all about? It's a dispute. It's a dispute. They disagree with certain activities of the government. And the government is saying, no, our activity is right. You have no business to tell us what you want, what we should do. That's a dispute. Go to court. One of you guys is going to have to get the judiciary. They're not going to rush themselves in it. They're anxious because they also are their lives as it's involved. Because this thing can go sour. And then the whole institution that has been built within the last 15 years or whatever could be coming down crumbling right before our eyes. And sometimes I see Liberians on social media taking sides. And not only taking sides, but they're encouraging the other side not to talk. Not to talk. You don't talk to your friends, you talk to enemies so you can have resolution. But you can't say, I can't talk to this person. That's just not how things are supposed to be, especially if you're running the government. But most of this conversation that I'm saying right now is a prelude of Friday. Friday, I will go deeper into that. Okay? I'm not going to be here long tonight. But what has happened here lately, very comical as far as I'm concerned. It's very serious business. But for me, it's not laughable because there's nothing funny here. But there's a saying back in Toll Town, folks, where it says, in my darling now, I will take the crown, you put it right into the English. So please forgive me. Don't say the man, you can't speak English. Of course, I don't know how to speak English, but I will speak crown English to you. The way you carry your hand or with a collar in your hand, that's not how you bring it down to cut that steak as a bush father. Oh, something too. Yeah. Every crowd when he speak. I amaze myself sometimes. Every crowd when he speaking. Oh, yeah. What? Only crowd man will be able to understand. In fact, some crowd people not even understand because the crowd just spoken so deep. It's unbelievable. Okay, let me say again. The way you carry your hand out with a collar in your hand as a bush father, it's not how you come down with the power to cut the steak. And the people say the reason is, okay, let me try to suit it up a little bit. Now, let's go a little bit into what I just stated. Back home, growing up in Toll Town, usually they have the people going on community service. So if somebody going on their farm and get hurt, they can't make it anymore. The community put together to finish the project. So, but they don't just do it by listening to people like me. They get what they call bush fodder. And that's the only way I know how to call it, bush father. Okay, but anyway, so this guy, he's ahead of these people brushing. So at the end of the day, they brush around the stake, sometimes about maybe 2-3 inches thick, 2-3 inches in diameter. I'm not know about the thickness. Maybe it's hollow inside. I don't know. But most of them are thick. Okay, they don't do hollow stuff. And the person that picked that stake have to be someone who is older with experience. Excuse me. So they clean around that stake, and then they cut it maybe about 10 feet high, and people bend it. And they bend it, and this bush father dance around the stake, dance around. I mean, until you can see him sweating, gather his energy to cut that stake with one swipe of the collar or whatever, mustard, whatever. So the thing is, when they cut around the stake, they don't use grader to grade around it. They just cut the stake. And sometimes some of the stake they cut, the thorn or whatever is sticking up. So in a sense, if you bring your hand down with that kind of force and power, if you don't control the power, your hand going to go through the ground. And sometimes if you hit anything, you're going to hurt yourself. That's what it means. Now, let me transfer it to my brother here. Quite recently, this is Heron Costa, by the way. Oh, I haven't put his picture up yet. Okay, yeah, he is. This is Heron Costa, by the way, talk show host who has gone home recently to one of the organizers of the protest, December 30 protest. Now, quite recently, in fact, yesterday, he came up air and announced to the whole world that he has within his possession a tape recording of CDC hierarchy, and that he was going to be playing it maybe a minute of time, it's an hour long, according to him, a minute at a time. So, before that, quite recently, CDC been having some serious internal issues publicly, where the chairman and one of the strong men of CDC, they were not, I'm not going to sit here and say they were criticizing Dr. Weah and his people, but they were somehow disappointed, that I don't mind using that word, disappointed in the functioning of the CDC according to them, and they decided to have a press conference, and it didn't go well with the rest of the sedition, including their big boss, Dr. Weah. So according to papers that we've been reading, they started having some serious internal friction among themselves. So some of the hierarchy of CDC decided they want to have a meeting so they can smoke a peace pipe. And in the process, one of the meetings that was organized by Professor Tapper, they kicked Monuba Monroe, who was the chairman of CDC, and Representative Gray, they kicked him out, according to the story. However, Dr. Weah decided to call these people and have a conversation to see if they can come together. Immediately after the meeting, if you've been following the social media now, Monuba Monroe put up a word out there to say, calm down, sedition, things have been settled, we're back on course. What he didn't know, that at one time, why having one of those rage statements or whatever, somebody was recording, and that recording ended up in Costa's hand. Now, Costa is a bush father now who they bend the stake and he's supposed to cut the stake. But apparently he didn't know, my opinion, he didn't know how to bring this hand down. Costa, you have to understand, he's a young man, 36, 37 years old. At that age, when you're making plow with somebody, you're hot. You want it done over with right now. Now. Let's get it over with. They want to throw BT, we throw BT. I'm fitting with it. But my age, when I get in plow with somebody, I take my time. Because first of all, I'm not going to fight because I can't fight anymore. But at the same time, I don't want you to hurt me with your words and what have you. So I will steady you. And then whatever thing that I have against you, that I want to use against you, I will find means that perhaps I can use it so it will be at a maximum effect on you. Now, Costa went out this morning and threw one of the stuff out there. Well, Moruba Molu, if you watch the social media, Moruba Molu decided to have a press conference and look around him. Look around him. You have everybody. Jefferson Kochi. The only president that was there was Dr. Weah. Jefferson Kochi. Most of the sedition, tough sedition hierarchy, they were there. What this video, what this tape have done, the playing of that tape, my opinion, what it has done, it galvanized those people to say we're going to stand with Moruba Molu and the group. Okay? So there was the wrangling about sedition. I truly believe that wasn't going to be over, because I believe those people had Dr. Weah on his back. Because the pressure that was being put on Dr. Weah from Moruba Molu and the rest of the people was heavy. Because they wanted Samuel Tuah out, because Samuel Tuah, including me, I don't believe Samuel Tuah is functioning correctly. With all the higher education he had, nothing good is happening in our country in terms of economy. And they wanted Samuel Tuah out, bring somebody else in, so that at least things would start moving to the right direction. Money in a bank is an issue. The people don't get paid on time, it's an issue. And things are just rapidly going downhill. Economically, things are not good. People, businesses taking their money from the bank because they don't even trust this government. Some businesses, I truly want to believe that they believe that if they keep their money in the bank, these people are going to take the money and use it for themselves. So they rather take the money and put it on the mattress. So they're taking their money out of the bank, no money in the bank. And all of these things was having a bad effect on the morale of CDC, especially those that was in the gutter during the heydays of CDC. And Moruba Molu and the rest of the group decided to have a press conference to make it known to all of these people that are up there that this thing cannot continue to go on. So they said, Judge, we are fixing it, but it wasn't fixed. I truly believe that thing was not fixed. It wasn't fixed. Because Moruba Molu and her, Gray and everybody, they have Dr. Weah, what's his name, Samuel Tuah and McKay at the bike. Because those were the strong supporters. Remember Moruba Molu when he said, if I don't elect Dr. Weah in this, I don't think he wasn't Dr. Weah. If I don't elect George Weah as president, you should crucify me. Those guys put their neck on the line. And they were ready to now have Dr. Weah to change course. And they were in the process of that. When what's his name, Custer, decided to release that tape. That tape now, the release of the tape, Dr. Weah and his people are very smart. Custer didn't do this group a favor at all. If he thinks by releasing that, and this is my opinion, folks, if he thinks by releasing that tape will put some sort of a wedge between CDC hierarchy and Weah and Tuah and McHale, far from it. It's the opposite end. But the only thing now that has done, it has given Weah, Tuah, and McHale an upper hand, folks. Because at first, they were down. Because what Moruba Molu and the people were saying, many seditions were on board with them, say, yes, you're right. We will support you guys. But now, with that tape being released, in order for them to come back, Dr. Weah would say, you see, why would you say that kind of thing? Yeah, we're doing our best here, and you going and saying these things, cussing and doing all that kind of thing. Look at the kind of tape now. And people say, well, we're sorry. Let's get, so he said, okay, I don't mind that, but you will not do it again. You see where I'm going with this? He bluffing his way through now. And these guys they can't come back. Because they're down. How you going to come out of this tape and say that you're still standing to have an issue with the president. You can't. You're weakening. And Custer now, because of this tape, model by model, and that particular group has been weakening, my opinion. I could be wrong. But I truly believe that they have been weakening. And I think if I was, but then like I said, Custer is a very young person. 36, 37 years old. Somebody, and you can't blame me either. They took almost destroyed his livelihood. A radio station. What do you want him to do? He had come and something like, okay, you want to destroy me? Let me throw something, let me throw the grenade over there so you can deal with it. I don't care how it happened. But if I was Custer, especially in his position, I would have completely, not discard the tape, but I will hold on to it and not release it right now. And until the infight, because that infighting, the conversation they had trying to say that thing was not settled. Moluba Molu and the group, they were not happy until they see Samuel Twe out. That's most likely what they were going after. They were most likely asking Dr. Weir for reshuffle. And Samuel Twe most likely would have been gone. But with this tape now, you heard what Dr. Weir said. And because Moluba Molu said he was angry, and it's a beer talk or liquor talk, whatever you want to call it. So Dr. Weir said, anybody can get angry, and then you say whatever you want to say. Aha. He got them. He got them. So now Samuel 12, because Samuel 12, for me, the way I see the whole group dynamic, Samuel 12 and Dr. Weir, for some reason, they're good friends. There's no question, including my kid, they're good friends. But these two people, it seemed to me that they are using the friendship to the detriment of all of us. Why do I say that? Because Samuel 12, don't get me wrong, educated, highly educated, very smart, intelligent. But there's a difference between being smart and intelligent and being able to perform at a specific task. I can't leave from my engineering position and say I want to be a finance minister. I could be a smart person, but it's just not the way things are supposed to be. Now forget it, because that's too far away. Let's go back into my own engineering business. I've been practicing engineering now for 20 some more years or what have you. But basically, I'm in the roadway business. I can leave from here right now and say, okay, I don't want to do roadway anymore. I want to do structure. I will do well. But I'm not going to be able to perform to the highest level until I've done certain projects or numbers of projects that will bring me to that level. Because structure, it's a different breed. I have to do all of that's more of a calculation, numbers, lots and lots of numbers. I still know how, but I've not done it in many years. I can't leave from here and say, okay, I want to go now and go to geotech. People who deal with soil, people who deal with retaining wall and I can still do it. I can do the calculation. But for example, if I'm putting a retaining wall on a roadway to block certain dirt, I know the weight of I know the overturning movement, all those kind of good stuff, I can do them. But those who've been doing it for years, they can find quicker way, like the boom, 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 they'll be done. It's going to take me longer time. This is the same type of situation Samuel 12 is facing right now. And guess what? Amara Kone knocked Samuel 12 out today. Win. There's no question asked. Because Samuel 12 came out and said, Dr. Weir, he wasn't running election. He didn't come to be a president to pay people wages. And Amara Kone just wrapped it around his neck using the basic instinct, human instinct, hunger. Say, well, how dare you? You Minister of Finance. You're incapable of making sure these people get their pay. And you're blaming us. But yesterday, you can't even get people to get paid. You say we left a mess. I think those people that are hungry, Christmas coming, they ain't got nothing on their table. They're wishing for our mess. The mess Ellen left that you're crying, but those people wishing that we bring that mess back to them. Then your good thing you have. Why would you make a statement like that? Samuel 12. For what reason? You're going to say Dr. Weir is not elected to pay people wages? Who elected Dr. Weir? It's the people. And these people, once you're elected, there's some certain responsibility that come with being the leader of a country. One of the functionalities of being the leader of the country is to make sure that people are safe. If somebody is hungry, he's not safe. And then you, as a minister of finance, you already have issues. As Monuba Molu correctly stated, he's one of the hated men in the whole government business. And that's one of the reasons you're going to come out and say Dr. Weir didn't come to be president because he got to pay people. Then what he's there for? Not just to build roads. So even the building the road, don't they pay the people that build the roads? With that kind of mentality, then how you expect to move forward? And that's why Mark came out and said, what kind of man is this? Okay? So let me go back to Costa. So the video that Costa, the audio that Costa released, now had Dr. Weir and Samuel Toa and McKay have those people by the kahuna. And he's not releasing it. Dr. Weir is a politician. He's not going to release that. Now it becomes a political capital in his favor against Monuba Molu and the rest of the people. You saw Jefferson Kochi in the background. Jefferson Kochi was not there to rah praise Monuba Molu. It's like, look, dude, we're backing you. You made a mess. We're backing you. We expect you to be on our side from now on. Please, we don't want to have this kinds of stuff again. That kinds of conversation has already happened. My people, I'm sorry. It was just a drink, I was so angry. Okay, we're not going to make a big deal out of it. Look, I was there. Samson too. I'm just giving it to you as it is. Okay? So Monuba Molu, and you saw his press conference this morning. It was in the Monuba Molu, he was forced to show, but it wasn't that. Deep inside, he knew he has been defeated greatly. And that's very sad. That's very sad because of this audio. Because if Costa have held on to the audio, without people knowing, Monuba Molu and the rest of the group, they were going to push on the ground to say, Dr. Weir, this is not what we want. This man, he's not functioning. He must go. But with this tape, and I'm just speculating, folks, and I'm allowed to do that. With this tape, what's his name? Tue and Magay said, you see, we told you, come to us. We have your back, Dr. Weir. We will not do this kind of thing to you. So now, deep inside, on the face of it, yeah, they're together. No, but deep inside, Dr. Weir will not trust Monuba Molu and the rest of the people for a very long time. He's going to now think, oh, the people wanted me to get rid of Tue and Mankiel, and these are the people that can help me. Why would I want to get rid of them? Mankiel and Samuel Tue, they're not going anywhere for a long time, folks. So let us just get used to it. These people, I can sit down here and be singing every day. Samuel Tue got to go. I can sing all I want. He ain't going nowhere. Unless, which I don't think he wants to do. Because Samuel Tue should, I've been saying it for a very long time, based on your friendship with Dr. Weir, you get out. Because Liberians are now claiming all these kinds of stuff. If Dr. Weir right now say, okay, Samuel Tue, I'm going to replace Samuel Tue tomorrow, COP will calm down. I bet you. It's one of those reasons why they're doing this protest. Okay? So, like I said, I'm not going to be here that long tonight. So let me go ahead and put the stuff on. Let's have a brief discussion about that. What do you make of my comment tonight? That I'm saying that this is pretty much if and Costa say he has more, but at this point I can't ask him not to release more. I'm not going to. Let's see how far it's going to go. But as far as I'm concerned, this is no longer a wedge issue with and it's no longer a wedge issue with Moluba Molu and Dr. Weah. Moluba Molu and his group, they're quite they've been defeated, folks, and they're gonna have to toe the line now. There can't be. There's no way Moluba Molu will get out of this and try to stand up. No. They say move, he'll say where. They say jump, he'll say how high. Before, they got it took Moluba Molu then to come and have that press conference. I think it was last week. It was very, very interesting. Very interesting. And in fact, in the interview, one of the guys that was doing the interview asked Dr. Weah and called Akara's great name, and Dr. Weah refused to call his name. He said, "The man you're referring, the man who you're talking about," and Akara Gray is supposed to be friends with Dr. Weah, but he didn't call his name. He said, "The man you're talking to, he's a lawmaker." Not that he doesn't know his name, but he was so upset with them. And then this. So he said, aha, I'm not gonna go put my hand way on and chop it so I can cut myself. I'll take my time. I will milk and he's gonna milk this thing to whatever. Anytime something wrong between him and sedition, and they try to say, yeah, man, I start something. You're so why I did. I save your man. And that's all you have to say. So Dr. Weah is not stupid. I think Custer now I've done I thrown Moluba Molu and the rest of the people in the pit holes. I don't know how they're gonna get out of it, but he has given Dr. Weah, as far as I'm concerned, he has given Dr. Weah a lifeline with respect to CDC and his people. Let me put the number up. Let me make sure my stuff is. Give me a call, and if you have your point here, let's see how far we're going to go with this here tonight. Like I said, I'm not going to be here that long, but give me a call and see, and tell me if I'm wrong in my thinking and what I'm saying. If it's not right, let me know. Okay, it's on. So let's put a number up. That's the number. But before that, give me a call while I'm waiting for your call. So there you have it. There you have it. Number is up there. Give me a call. It's a very interesting dynamic that is happening. But another serious thing that happened, I believe, was this morning. Though the folks that are in our city that want to bring harm to Custer, just as Custer giving lifeline to Dr. Weah, And these folks, if Dr. Weah is and the government unable to stop these people, if they hurt anybody, the reputation of this government is going to go down the drain. I'm serious. What happened this morning after Costa show and people tried to attack him and not try, but they attacked him, that was wrong. The government need to make sure those that are doing these things need to stop. Costa has the right to move around Monrovia whenever he wants. As long as he's not causing any trouble, he has to move around. You can't do that and expect to say you're going to come out of this on top. No, far from it. Far from it. So again, Samson told LeBron Public Radio, give me a call. In fact, Amar Collins said, "Loose talk." That's the name he get. And then again, you know, with that kinds of situation that happened, I thought Costa most likely for me, if I had some sort of contact with Costa and I have information, inside information, I would explain to him, hold on to that tape. Because these people were going, they were going out. I mean, they were just the infighting among themselves. It wasn't going to stop because the pressure that is on Monuba Monroe with these young people that he recruited and now being left out, not necessarily by intentionally leaving them out by Dr. Weah, but because of circumstances. And Dr. Weah is not coming out fast enough to explain not only the sedition, but to Liberians, the difficulty the government is facing in trying to get the economists going. Okay? However, I also believe that Dr. Weah he's not stupid. He knows that. But he cannot. I don't believe that he will be able to come out and explicitly say we're having issue with the economy. Then why are you keeping to it? You heard in his press conference praising his economic team. I thought that was disingenuous, to be honest with you folks. I thought that was disingenuous. I mean, for you to stay there and say my economic team is doing well with the kind of inflation you have, with the exchange rate you have, with no money in the bank, and people are not getting paid on, and then you say your economic team is doing well. And he even, like I said, this Friday, I'm going to go deep into it. He even came out to defend the $25 million map out, the map out process. And I thought his defense was not quite to par. And those are some of the reasons why I tried to downgrade my grading system from an A+ to a B-, folks. And I don't mind eating crow on that one. I don't mind eating crow. So once again, we can't just have these kinds of things going from things that are happening in Monrovia right now. Those of you that are in Monrovia, yeah, we're here in the diaspora. I'm on a platform right now, in the studio. I'm okay. But those of you in Monrovia, if things start going bad again, I'm saying this again, the international community is not going to be opening their arms. Yeah, Russia and Syria bombing people over there, the people running they're running over there to Turkey, the refugee. Where you're going to go now for people to come support you again, for the international community to come support you? You need to, even the old people among you, they're just sitting there not saying nothing. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, my name is Nathan Quang, calling from New Jersey.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. What's on your mind, sir?
Thank you, sir. Look, the recording that is going on or going around on social media done by Costa, and really, like you said, that recording will confirm all of the president's suspicions about Monuba. And he was there for the last week at their party's executive meeting. Akaras Grave and Monuba walked out of the meeting in protest or something. because the president told one lady to preside over Molu. So the president will now be thinking, oh, I see, this was not a naked reaction. They didn't just do it because of some anger. These guys have a deep-seated hatred towards me. These guys, in my opinion, cannot protect me. Not only can they not protect me, they can even offend me. And this president, to me, in my opinion, he's not a very forgiving person on this kind of thing, who is not loyal to him. And it's true. You again make a point that all the reasons the president needs to keep Samuel Tuer and McGill. Molu has unintentionally solidified the president's confidence in Tuer and McGill. Because what's happening is that when they say on that audio that McGill and Samuel Tuer are the most hated officials of the government, it's true. And these are, what I'm saying, Molu is saying the truth that he just knows, but will not mention. He just got caught saying it. And Costa said, this is only going to be a wife. This is just episode 1 of 51. 51, episode 1, whatever that is. That there's more to come. So the damage will only get worse. When I saw his press conference today, Molu, he was just trying to promote his faith. But he knows he got nothing to even, defend himself besides saying, that is better of him. You are the chairman of the party. Your party is the leading party in the country. Your Senate barrier is there. Why would it take? Because people go in closed doors and have tough conversations with their leaders and come in the public and put on a face and defend him. We didn't do tough talks behind closed doors. That's how a lawyer doesn't do it. Brother Molu, look, Mr. Julia Howard Taylor. And this is why Julia Taylor, she don't want this seat anymore. She don't want this seat. But she made it clear to some people, she don't want to be in the ticket 2023. This division will only get worse. And CDC is divided. I don't care how they pretend, how they spin it, what bracelet they put on, what United Front they pretend to be chassis. The party is this split. The party leaders are not united. And for a party in power, this is the thing else. You cannot protect your leader, or your party cannot call an emergency meeting to put things under control. And this is shameful. It's shameful. These folks, they were not ready for state power. They were not ready for state power. They're not mature enough. They're not mature enough. And that's my thought.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. For a good talk. Okay. Thank you. And so, this is exactly what I've been saying. The only thing now is that, but from all indication, from the press conference, Molu is not ready to stand his ground. He's going to cave in, and in fact, he has done so. Because before Dr. Weir to come and make that statement to say anyone can get angry and talk, by that time they have already had an inside meeting where Dr. Weir now put his fingers on these people. And they're going to toe the line. So Samuel Tuer now, not only Dr. Weir alone that have the lifeline, Samuel Tuer is going nowhere. Give me a call, Samson told I'm from Pablo. We're here. We're going to be out here very shortly, but give me a call. And the point that I'm making here is it's not that Samuel Tuer, like I said, he's not educated. That's not my point. That's not my point. If these people are sincere, Samuel Tuer would say, you know what, let's find somebody else. Because there are certain things in life, it doesn't matter who you are, there are certain things that you just cannot do. There's no question asked, you just cannot do them. But you have to be a man to know who you are. And say, I can't make it. I can't make it. You can't make it. You can't make it. Nothing else. It has not. It's not a shame. But in case of Samuel Tuer, for example, this man has put himself among the sedition that he's smarter than everybody else in the room. And so for now to come back and say, they want, I thought I smelled my, he won't do it. And Dr. Weir is not the type of person that will create the type of friction among his friends. He's not going to do it either. So what do? We're just going to have to say, okay, you go ahead. You go ahead. The protest, whatever it is, fine. As long as it's not violent. Okay? And let's give these people the 6 years. For me, as a Liberty Party, to be honest with you, Liberty Party USA, with men with big mouth, and these people are giving me lots and lots of talking points, so to speak. All of these videos they got, I have a means. Of course, you can see here. I can put those videos together. It's that playing it. One by one. We lay the one up. The other person said this, the other person said that. La campaign. But in the meantime, the idea of saying this man must leave, not that you don't have the right to say that. I, Samson Toe, I'm just not comfortable with it. Okay? And then another thing I want to push again is that the government of the Republic of Liberia, I'm saying it again, COP has already established themselves as being peaceful, whether you like them or not. The government has not fared well when it comes to violence since this whole issue. Remember what happened to Madame Ure? Her car was damaged. She was stuck. They got her stuck in that building. I really admire Bernard Ure. You know, me something too. Get stuck in the building. And I know I got the means to go get my daughter. Government or no government, I'm going for my daughter. You don't want to join me to go get her fine. You don't want to just get out of the way. You think my daughter, my child? Are you kidding me? Whether politics or no politics, my child ain't asked for nobody to come kidnap, and then it damaged her car on top of that. The government, the government issue, the protest that happened the last time with those students. Look at that kind of thing that happened. Besides that, when they went to close the Costa show, you saw what happened. When Costa went to Monterey, these are things the Costa and people continue to lay out. People are watching. People are watching. So Dr. Weir can say, I'm not a violent person, but the people around you they're not saying that. You have to tell them. You have to tell them, just like you made a statement that nobody, even though the people building houses on the government right away, but we're not going to tear people's houses down. Just like you made a statement the other day, even though the people owe taxes, but the government should not be in the business of seizing people's houses. You have to do the same thing with violence. These people might be wrong. They might be cursing me, but they have the right to move in the city of Monrovia whenever they want until they violate the rules. Okay? Do this. Something to. Okay? But some kind of kangaroo court somewhere. Take these people to court. Take them to court. Your government. You can look into the Constitution, and there will be something in our Constitution that these people might not be able to comply with. Take them to court and let the judge look into it. In the meantime, people are breathing. But this thing here, we pray, those people in Monrovia, we hear something happened. Guinea not going to open their border to you very quickly. You're going to be on your own for a while. Forget Ghana. Liberians are still in Ghana. Nigeria. These people, they're not going to be willing to send you. They themselves having issue with Boko Haram over there in the north. They're not going to leave that one. Can't send people to Liberia for their children to die again. And then the old folks, those who are supposed to be big brothers and sisters in Monrovia, they're sitting down. God forbid Something happen, you'll run away again. Then your body living all over the world instead of being buried in Monrovia or in Liberia on the soil that you were born in. Why we're not even thinking like that? Why do we have to wait for something to happen before we say we're taking action? Like I said the last time, and I truly believe that some of these big brothers, they're waiting for interim governmentship. You can't face Dr. We are during the election that interim government you're waiting for. Then that's wrong. That's wrong. Face Dr. We are during the election. The man win, okay, let him rule. He said he's gonna run again. I doubt it if he's gonna win with this kinds of thing, unless he switched Samuel 12. If he keeps Samuel 12, he's not gonna win. That one I put my foot. I don't mind eating crow. I don't mind eating crow. But Dr. Weir, with this kinds of thing that is happening, even with his popularity, the amount, the people that still love him, I don't think right now, if you have an election, I don't think Dr. Weir going to win. Okay, that's my mouth. That's my feeling. That's my opinion. I entitled to it. You want to beat me for it? Go ahead. Okay. No, but on a very serious note, folks, these are kinds of things that we have to consider. All right? Like I said, I'm not going to be here that long tonight. I'm going to go ahead and take a leave of you. And Friday, I will definitely, because I have all of the thing, everything set. Okay, I broke down the interview. And the first, I'll play the last first, which is Dr. Barker issue. And there again, I don't mind saying this. Long time ago, there was at that time, Dr. We were playing football. And this man used to be IE goalkeeper, died, Sekubo man. And when he died, one of the rumors that was flying around is that Dr. Weir wanted to take the body, but he wanted it to take the body to Liberia, but he wanted it to be done special way. And I believe the family and most of the soccer football players, ex-football players in America refused. And Dr. Weir did certain thing again when it comes to football. And one time, he's a peace ambassador, of course, in Liberia at that time. And they were supposed to play peace football ambassador. He was supposed to put people together for play football. He went all over Africa and brought in African from different countries, ex-footballer African from different countries. And we have people like Mama Musa down here. We have people like Abba now. I don't care whether the man's stomach bigger than mine. I don't care. But those people saved Liberia. Those people saved Liberia even before the coup. People like Mama Musa, Abba, Sabah Maya, Salama Sipley. Those people saved the country. Especially when we were growing up in the street of Monrovia. When those people are playing football, you dare to can't touch anybody's thing. And so the two-way party most likely used to do that. When I look at things getting hard, they say, your football up, your march up there. Barrow and IE playing. You want to be left behind because of politics? I beg you, yeah. And so those are people that have done so many things, so much good for our country. And when Dr. Weir was organizing that, he didn't invite these people. What make you think if you bring people like Josiah Johnson there, you bring people like Samuel 12, I mean, not Samuel 12, but Samuel 12 there, you bring the old players. Bring them, let them have fun. Let them have fun. You're talking about reconciling people. Those are people that their names are still ringing. They can't even kick the line anymore. But anywhere right now, any part of the Liberian community you go, you call Mama Musa name, people will start smiling. Because that's how much smile he brought on people's faces those days. You go anywhere right now, especially when it comes to IE business, you call people like Abba Nani. People will smile. Because those people did certain things in our country that brought happiness to certain segment. Of course, when IE be Barrow, I don't want to see IE. Because I think all IE players, they're not good for me. I don't want to talk to them. But when we beat them, then I love them. I'm a Barrow all the way. So, but the point that I'm making, when he did that, that got to the core of these people. They say, then what kind of business is this? So the reason I'm bringing this out, Dr. We are seen to be having these kinds of issues of not being able to forget something. If something happened between you and him, it seems like, and I'll give you an example, this one I'm not going to call name. There's a specific senator in Liberia. Immediately after Dr. Weah won the election, he decided to travel. While he was on one of those trips, there was a certain group who wanted to get in the street. So he called the senator of that county, where the group comes from, and said, that you sitting down there and your boys from your county want to demonstrate against me, don't call me anymore. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to talk to you. And that senator fought out of CDC hierarchy. Okay? We know these things. But this is not how the country is supposed to be run. People like Henry Costa, I'm saying it again. If anything, his hair, somebody cut his hair wrong, and he asked for permission, somebody to cut his hair, the problem you will face in that country will not be easy, not necessarily by war. But you depend on international goodwill. People are not even collecting taxes. Even Dr. Weah himself stated Liberian owing. So you depend on international goodwill to get something for you to go. And people like Custer, in as much as he's making the noise and things that some of us don't agree with, they're watching. Because some of the things he's saying, the people listen to his show. Just today, when he opened, 3,000 plus. You think the international community not watching that? Facebook keep record of those kinds of stuff. So they want to know, who is this person? So they start going deep into it. And that's the person you're going to come send the hoodlum to go harm? You do that. You do that. You hurt Custer. And the kinds of issue you will face. The wrath, first of all, the wrath of Liberian diaspora, whether sedition or not. Because many sedition like to play game fairly. Not all sedition and they're praying for Custer to get killed. The people who pray for Custer to get killed, those are hoodlum sedition. Those people that are tiny sedition. But many sedition, intellectual sedition, are not violent people. So if you hurt Custer because of what he's saying, he has not done anything that deserved for him to be hurt, that he would deserve to be hurt. And he has not put any kinds of group in the street to hurt anybody, let alone rob people. And because of his utterance, and then you're going to go, instead of challenging him, mouth to mouth, then people send people after him. This is wrong. It's Costa today, it could be me tomorrow. I'm planning to go to Liberia. And people like me are scared like nothing else. If I got, you think I able to pass through the gate of Ralphie, I'll be scared. I'll start calling my mama, even though my mom dead now. But I don't get Alfonso Soul with me. Who will protect me? I'm done. So I better start talking good now. Say, yo, leave Costa alone so that when I get there to yo, leave me alone. No, but on a very serious note, we cannot have a country where you claim to have freedom of speech and you have, how do you call it, Sabu or Subu, that whatever they call themselves, we're playing with nails. What kinds of heart is that? That you have nails sticking out of a plank and you're hitting somebody with it. And then after that you go and lay down and sleep well. All right. Folks, I better leave it as it is, and we'll pray. Let's pray for each other. Let's pray for our country, because that's all we have. We have nothing else. And for us to have Liberia going through these kinds of stuff, just very bad. It's bad. And before I leave, I want to thank Mr. Jallo, who was able to help us as Liberian, who were able to help us by going through the court system. He didn't say, oh, you deny me, you know I'm from Suzuki play, and you deny me, I'm going anyway. You can't catch me. He didn't say that. He went over there. He says, Supreme Court, at your doorstep. They said, why people, the government, Republican, they said, what are they doing to me? The executive, look how the executive treating me. Supreme Court said, let's look at it. They look at it. Say, yeah, you're right. Hey, government, you ain't got no right to do that. Don't do that anymore. The government can't say anything else unless they go through the legislation and pass another law. But this is how you strengthen the institution of a country. And the reason why I continue to stress on the institution strengthening part, because you can strengthen the individual, but we're all going to die sooner or later. But the institution, when they're strengthening, they're there for our children to come. But if they are weak and the individual is strong, the individual will dominate the institution. And when the individual leaves, those institutions, they got nothing. So the next person can be worse. And use those same institutions, because they're so weak, use it in his advantage. Use it for himself. Use it against you. The institution that's supposed to protect you can now be used against you as a citizen. Because when we have the opportunity to strengthen the institution, we didn't do that. We want to strengthen the individual. Individual. Listen to that word, individual. Institution is not the same as individual. Individual, that one person, you got your own DNA, you got your own habit, and whatever. You can cry whenever you want to cry. You see what I'm saying? So that individual, once he's strong, today, he can be like, Dr. Well, okay, we're not gonna, I will not touch fly. Why if you bring child to the, and the institution is weak? He turns that institution to his advantage, and he goes after you the way he needs to be. Because the institution is weak. And anybody that he puts in there, he will want that person to be under his control, because the institution cannot challenge him. You have not, as a Liberian, unable, you have not been able to strengthen the institution. And the weak institution that you have put in place, somebody come in and utilize that institution to go after you. And it all could be done illegally, using institution that you yourself set up. This constitution that we have, I keep telling you guys, it's a bluffing business. Anybody come to power, you can use the constitution. There are so many things in the constitution people can use against us. But if the institution is strong, it will allow me, Samson Toe from Toe Town, to challenge the president, because the institution is strong. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, folks, let me get out of here. Jefferson Day, you should have said. My man, I come here. You are talking right now. God is wonderful. God continues to give us life. This next year, they coming election. Your job, all I'm saying is, let the people who we put there for 6 years, let them do their 6 years. Let's just pray for one another, because at this point, I think only God can help us out now. Okay, because these people are not doing anything good. But to say we want to break that bond that we have signed with the Constitution, now out of a sudden we want to break that, then it's not right for me. So my point that I'm making is, let these people stay there for 6 years, and then I will come, because they have given me too many material right now that I can stand on and live with the party that will win. And Liberty Party got structure. I'm not playing with you. I'm just making fun here, but Liberty Party got structure. I mean, Liberty Party USA that I know have structure. We don't fool around. Give us the opportunity, and you'll see how high Liberia goes. We're not coming here to can't say people will not get paid 2-3 months. Liberty Party will tell you say people are not getting paid. Please. Liberty Party at the end of the month, you're going to the bank to get your money. That's Liberty Party. Liberty Party at the end of the month, you will get paid. That's Liberty Party. Liberty Party, as long as you're smart, you're going to work in the government because you got something to produce. That's Liberty Party. Liberty Party, we're not there to say, oh, the man at Liberty Party, yeah, okay, what are you can do to judge it? No. You Liberty Party, you support the party. It's a party. The person who runs the government, even though the member of Liberty Party, but he will put people in place. Those that can function, those that can do the. Well, folks, I'm running campaign already. No, man. Let me get started. You got me started, man. What's my business there? I'm running campaign already. No, on a very serious note. The reason I'm saying Liberty Party because I was once involved. The election is over now. But during the election, what we did here in the diaspora, and I don't mind saying this, I'll keep it. Maybe we'll use it again next time. I'll not tell you. Maybe we'll use it again next time. But anyway, let me leave it. I will keep that one secret. But Liberty Party is one of the best. We got structure. And Liberty Party was not building individual. We were building institution. And watch. Councillor Bronsky is no longer with us. But watch the strength of Liberty Party on a very serious note. Watch the strength of Liberty Party. And then you will know that this party was not about an individual. Sam Sinto, LeBron Public Radio. Let me do this before I go.
Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because you see me the buffer. Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because I will on don't
folks. Again, Samson to LIBERIA Public. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in this evening. We're going to leave now and say thank you very much. I guess our system is kind of a little bit better tonight. Hopefully, it will be good on Friday because Friday is a big one. We will be here to discuss the interview and all of the points that need to be made. We will do so. But I want to thank all of you again for tuning in to LIBERIA Public Radio this evening. Please tune in tomorrow for Mr. Soul, where he will be able to give us a wonderful, wonderful show again. This is Samson To, LIBERIA Public Radio. Good night, folks. Thank you very much.
Onana ayama lokolo mwane sikolo mwa yepoza ne kribu ya mureu lokolo toriye boru suku ogere yo amaya lokolo biete swado iti doro Karema TV, enana, monyoka bora kanama. Karema TV, enana, sono sere kanama. Pare pietri kuna, inana, pare wagi kanama. Baye jibo basogo, zakati ko pare monyo basogo. Basogo, Zakati go, but I'm on your basogo. Tumo wana, but I tumo wana, Robota sing on. Tumo wana, but I'm a tumo wana, I'm a ye bobo legana.